was big, rapacious.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point,
I think there's probably like some percentage.
That's probably Genghis Khan. There's probably Alexander the Great there somewhere. These chaps got around,
so
right?
it seems like one. Well, this was 10 years ago, but 1 in 200 men, correct, or something along those lines. And that's in general. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, Y chromosome lineage with several usual features, Asia, Pacific, Caspian Sea. Yeah, so even in Central Europe, there's a whole bunch of Central Asia. So yeah, Genghis Khan, he got around. Woo!
All right, this is it
All
for
right.
us, right? You guys there?
Beneath Falcatown, having followed up on the different bits of information, you were able to identify and find werewolf, and you have accompanied them down beneath the catacombs in search not only for their son, who they say is walking beyond the veil, but also you have found the nest of bloodsuckers that has been the source of dismay, horror for us.
I can't remember. We were following up on, or let me. No, never mind. Finish your recap first.
No, go ahead. No,
so we were following up on trying to find the catacombs for their kid, right?
Yeah, that's what I recall.
Yes, their son.
Was that the big stupid guy from Titus's notes? I can't remember his name.
Indeed, yes. The clues would have led you to suspect that this was the stupid guy. Yeah. From his notes.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I already sent Tom searching through these catacombs, and there was shitloads of coffins.
Coffins, yeah. So we're expecting there to be a lot more Nosferatu, so it's not like I didn't get hit this fight, but we're not sure if it's a good idea to keep going forward.
Well, I think the family's going to go ahead regardless of us. So, because you've heard whimpering or something, right? You heard like cries of pain or the other.
Well, you've I think you guys heard maybe Howard, or they said that they could hear him.
Yeah,
you couldn't hear him. Maybe Braegar could. Braegar has the best passive perception. Actually, it's Herbie.
There's no way.
So maybe Herbie. No, I was thinking of something else. Now, Herbie probably heard something that was like, but almost like echoing. Kind of. It sounded off. I mean, clearly this place is echoey, but it was like, it didn't sound natural. The howl, the sound. I mean, but it could be catacombs, but you kind of heard it off in the distance somewhere. I mean, it's up to you. You guys have killed, at the moment before you are, various hideous corpses. These creatures, they stink terribly. They stink of shit and piss and decay. Them are equally ugly in a. As you realize, one of them, at the very least, one of them was female.
Of these
When they
Nosferatu.
were, yes, these blood-sucking, yeah, that you have stabbed and or there. Anyone that got hit by the fire, of course, smoldering fills the air with a nauseating stench. While off distance, again, there's lots of walls, so you would hear it coming from this direction, down this, coming from
down this hallway, right?
A heavy, down. You would hear it coming from the north to all the way up to the top. Right? Yeah. So you hear something echoing from that hallway. It sounds like some heavy stone has been shattered, or has been thrown on the floor. A thump and sort of like the crack of a sharp crack of like broken masonry or something.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolfling, perhaps that we've uncovered either a secret passage or maybe they've crawled back into their coffins. Did any of them survive? Do you remember? Does anybody here remember?
No, we killed them all.
Are you sure?
All of these things are.
We killed all the ones that came at us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I was trying to save.
Yeah. What I mean is, the one
keep one alive, but then Anthony killed it.
might have. Yeah. So I think there was 1, 2, 3 that I believe, and there might have been a fourth. Anything that you saw, you guys chased down.
Didn't the fourth run off into this hallway and we killed it here? Yeah, there it went.
Right, that's the one I could not remember.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah.
All right then.
Okay. Well, what are you guys going to do?
Well, the intelligent option here would actually be to regroup. But I don't think that our friendly neighborhood werewolves are going to like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could try and convince them otherwise. It's up to you. You can see them snarling and panting there. They've still in their woof. They're kind of human woof form. They haven't gone full werewolf as far as it seems. There's like an in between. I mean, they've grown bigger and stronger. I mean, they're tall. I mean, the man is now at least 2 meters plus tall, for certain. And he's huffing and panting. Leeches! I cleared the leeches! They have our son!
Sir!
Yes!
Yes, we also think they have your son, but don't you think we should maybe get some more of your friends to come and help us out here? I think if we all try and attack them, we'll probably be leech food. And you know me? Well, you don't really know me, but what you should know about me is I don't like to be leech food. That's not something Herbie wants. So, what do you say? I have no idea. If I need to roll persuasion check, I rolled it.
If I can add something to help him out, I'll go. Your son will not be served by us dying here. So they are legion, and we are 5.
What the man with the weird beard is saying. I mean, Dyvas, of course.
They look at each other, and the female, she has a kind of a howling. Oh, maybe they speak the truth. We are, even if we allow ourselves to rage completely, we don't know how many are down here.
Exactly.
We don't understand where they are.
So, is there anybody you know who can help us? Are there more of your strong kind here?
That is only. We are the. We have chosen to be the protectors of our kin and of our new home. If there are more, they are not. We do not know of. We only know of us and our people. Our kinfolk, they have keep us hidden. And we, as we said, we keep the leeches away from our home. We are separated. We cannot go home. We are outcasts. We cannot go home to the motherland. It's only us. Yes.
With the remaining time I have on my fire breath, I'd like to just walk around burning coffins.
God.
Sure. Are you gonna try and lift the lid, And
I'm
is that what you're gonna do?
I'm just gonna breathe fire into the room. Like my 15 cones.
Okay, all over them. Okay,
15
yeah.
cone should probably encompass this entire.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can totally burn this place. Obviously, there's more stuff going on here. All right, so are you going to walk down here also?
Yep.
Yeah, so you breathe fire here, right? Just.
I will come with Braegar.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
And I will say.
Can I follow Braegar to I've got the red bar, so I can't really do very much with my token at the moment.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Braegar. Yeah. Okay. So you come in here, Braegar. Could you I'm trying to remember. Okay. Yeah. So I think this is. Could you roll me a dexterity
check or save
as you come into this? So dexterity save. I really have a real problem between the and save all the time.
It's also that you keep cutting out sometimes. It's not that you said the wrong thing. I think you said the right thing, but you just cut out at the last moment.
Maybe, yeah. I'm saying okay. Anthony. All right. Oof. So I don't think anyone checked for traps here or anything. What's going to happen is
fuck, my bad.
That team. Yeah. And so a left-hand side, as you move through this doorway, there is some kind of weird tripwire, and then actually coming from the ceiling, some kind of framework comes down at you. 6. Okay, you just get out of the just in time and get only by a framework of bones that have been tied together with ropes. Sharpened femurs come lunging at you.
So
Roll
it's
me
a trap made out
a
of
Constitution
human parts.
bones. Yep. A trap made out of human parts. Yep. DC 10. This is a low one. We should. Okay, just because the bones are covered in some kind of black filth. The sharpened femurs are covered in some kind of black filth.
Herbie,
Yes?
these femurs, do not have sex with them.
Why would I? You're not paying me anymore. I don't have to have sex with things I don't want to have sex with.
Yeah, I forced your penis into that dirty prostitute.
Hey! Shut up.
Goodness. Oh dear.
Well, do you want me to go in front of him now, Braegar? So you don't get hit like a little wuss anymore?
I don't like being touched, Herbie. Yes.
Alright, Kai, I am gonna, considering he just got attacked by a trap, I am gonna check for traps now. To see if there's any more in the room. What do you want to roll? Perception? Investigation?
I think that would be okay, right? I think it's an investigation check.
Yeah, I think as well. I think so.
As you carefully look, so you don't see. Let's see. Place. What'd you get? Yeah, you don't see anything else. I mean, this clearly was a simple design. You can see that this low-lying tripwire was tied right across the entrance to this, and there was a rusty nail that was nailed into the, as a pivot point for the string.
Mm-hmm.
That was just basically this simple structure again, but completely made out of bones. The twine actually realized probably made of spun out of human hair.
Okay. So, is there? If I have a look at, what was I gonna say? Damn, this crap. All right. Sorry. Can I dismantle it in any way with my tools tools?
Yeah. You can. I'm just gonna say already set off, but if you want to take.
Oh, that one's already set up. Sorry, I thought there was another one in here.
No. Nothing else in the room. But what I told you is what you.
Yeah. Okay.
And all over you're all covered in filth. They've definitely been tracked. There is. What I will say is it looks like the surface of them is quite not very filthy. Yeah, they're purposely filthy. They're covered of sewage. And this, if a full-on hit by this would have killed any normal person. If this had struck and Braegar hadn't quite moved the way he did, it would have been a very serious wound, and it would have been infected. Considering the crude makeup of this and the made out of easy materials here.
Yeah,
there could be lots more.
Okay. All right. I tell them it's safe. Guys, you can come in. It's safe. I know for sure because I am a master trap detector.
Yes.
Out of no disrespect to Herbie, Dyvas is going to keep his eyes open too.
Herbie does take that as disrespect, but whatever.
I can see Herbie. What, you fucking dissing me, Holmes?
Okay, so, Braegar, burn it!
I don't know if my breath. I think my breath is probably out by now. I'm just gonna start firebolting Kai.
Yeah, you destroyed completely. And that's not to obliterate the thing.
My one.
Is there any bones in there? Or is it just,
Yeah, is there
I don't know. I mean, there's closed
coffins, Kai?
You'd have to push off the heavy stone lid.
Well, are we committed to this?
Curiosity must be indulged. That's a fundamental principle of science.
I start trying to push the lid off of the coffin.
Okay. So let's say you push the lid off of. He's scared, and you hear the stone scraping, still echoing in these dark chambers. You push it, maybe inside is jumbled a set of bones.
Just bones?
That's what you immediately see. Bones.
Do you want Pete? Do you want Petrie to go through that?
We're in the bones.
Well, we're already here. Let's finish this, and I just flip open the lid to expose the entirety of the coffin.
Okay. Right. Do you push? All right. You push the lid off. You're very strong, and it goes shattering down onto the ground. The sound it makes is very similar to what you had heard before. And so inside is a set of bones, right? I mean, surely this probably was some kind of crypt. I mean, you can see there was probably a name, right? A name plaque on the top of this. And, if you look around, you realize on top of different
so this is just
coffins. They probably have a family.
Most of the coffins in here are probably occupied. This is like an actual crypt. These coffins weren't like dragged here and put here recently.
No. This is a crypt. No, well, not as far as you can tell. These things are covered with nitra, and they look old-ish, right? Blackened. So inside, what you will notice is that the corpse has been like jumbled up, right? If the body had been laid down properly, maybe it wasn't, but the bones are all kind of a big mess. It looks like the femurs and the arms have been dislocated. I will say that there's a hole that has been cracked on the top of the skull once you open it fully. It's like the skull was smashed. I mean, there's still some hair, bits of flesh rotting on this thing. As soon as you open it, there's a stench of death that fills your nostrils. But it's the stronger version of the stench that's already lingering. Evangeline's there. Gladys there. Okay. Dyvas, what's your mechanical leopard doing? With you? Is it just licking its mechanical paw?
It's trying to clean itself.
And instead of licking itself, it gets out a bottle of polish and a rag.
Do mechanical cats lick their own butt?
Their own balls.
Is Adam there?
I lost you guys for like 10 seconds.
And then all you
Couldn't
heard
hear
was
what happened.
does your cat lick its own balls? That's the only thing you heard.
I'd
But a
like
big
to
brass
know
one.
what. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What Dyvas's mechanical companion is doing.
Yeah, I mean, if rather than stick our hand through bone and probably shards, I'm happy to send Petrie in to rummage through the crypts, the coffins that we want him to.
Okay. All right, so he's going to come up. So he's with you guys. So okay, so Dyvas, you're also looking. So if you guys are going to do a search, that's fine. Like take a minute and you push off. Am I going to assume that you're going to push off the crypt tops?
Yeah.
No, the tops of these sepulcher, these stone sarcophagus. Yeah, yes, that's a word. Thank you. So.
You sleep
Yeah, I mean,
every
all
night.
that.
How could you forget it?
Yeah.
Well, he may not call it a sarcophagus, right?
Yeah. So as you
something
push off the lid,
Hmm.
as you push the lids off these sarcophagi, you'll see the same thing. I mean, actually, this one was already partially open. It looks like the bones have been very disturbed. And they all have holes that have been cracked open in their skulls. Unless you got biology, you're not too sure. These four look like they were adult size, and this one looks like it was smaller. Maybe it might have been a child.
And every coffin we open, it looks
So all
like
the
the bones
bones-
have been disturbed, right?
Yes.
There hasn't been one coffin we
And
opened
the
that
skulls-
where the body's just been laying there.
No,
Remains have
no,
been
not on these. Yeah, nope.
I believe this is a somebody's been sleeping in my bed scenario.
So you're saying that these vampires have been residing, or these Nosferatu have been residing here and sleeping?
It looks like it.
True.
That seems like a fair premise. But what's with the holes, though? Does it look like they've been sucking something out of them?
I don't know. The only thing I could think of would be it's some sort of biological response, like a child who sucks on a thumb. I don't know.
Lady Eve,
Yes.
you seem to have uncommon knowledge of whatever affliction that they suffer from. Can you give any reason to this?
Eve, you don't really remember anything?
I was going to say, I have no idea what's going on here.
Now, in your readings about in Van Richten's, Van Richten did say that different, vampires have different feeding habits. Not all of them sustain themselves merely on blood. Some of them, there are vampire-like things that are more violent, more cannibalistic. They eat flesh. Not
Some of them
just
even
blood.
sustain on eyes, Braegar. Herbie's gonna choke and go with his fingers towards.
I don't understand, Herbie.
It is possible that maybe these particular creatures crave more than a drink.
Can I, to my rudimentary knowledge, do the bones, you said there are holes in them. Do they look gnawed on, or does it look like, someone sucked out the marrow or something like that? Granted, I have no specialist knowledge.
Roll me an investigation check.
All right then. Oof. No.
Could be age. Could be. Maybe they look like some of those look like they've been cracked open. I mean, did they break like that naturally? Seems a bit strange.
Unusual, but nothing
I
much
mean-
we can learn from here. Yeah, okay.
I mean, they look like they've been cracked open. So I mean, beside the holes in the skulls, don't look natural, obviously. And because of the fact that the bone, you actually find the bone fragments inside the skull. You pick up the skull that's rattling. It was probably done after internment. Yeah, so something broke the skull purposely, made a hole in it at some point. Again, some of these are more mummified, and so again, it's not just bones. Like some of these, these are probably a bit more mummified. Edge, they're not completely just. There must have been clothing here that was torn apart. There's decaying rags. So the skin's been torn off. Actually, there's still some fragments of flesh, maybe leathery, decayed flesh that's sticking on some pieces of this, but it's mostly gone. Right? Looks like it's been torn apart. Did it decay like that? It's a bit strange. Someone's desecrated these graves, for certain, somehow. Right? Jumbled up the bones, pulled the body apart, cracked the skull open, broken the bones open.
Most unusual, though. I can't fathom a reason for this, unless anyone has a better idea. So what next, people?
Okay. Let's see.
I
Wait.
think our next move should be either getting some kind of help or exploring further in. We have to decide between either of those.
Well, this is my thought on this. Help definitely sounds like a sensible idea. There have been quite a number of them. But part of me is also really curious to see what the other crash was. Maybe we lose the opportunity if we go back up.
That is a fair point, but what if we die?
Does this look like a good place for a short rest to anyone else? Just kidding.
Could be a good place for a long rest.
For you, Kai, you mean, but not for us.
A permanently long
feel
rest.
free. You can camp out here. It might take you a while, but you guys can stay down here. Get camping out.
I'll tell these Nosferatu because I live here now. Fuck off.
It's our turf now.
Okay, you guys have talking, and I would like everyone initiative.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. I guess we're about to figure out where the crash was coming from. Why is there boss music playing?
I believe. Dyvas, did you roll?
I did, but it didn't show up on the 16.5, 16.15.
Okay, let's
Select my
roll your
token and everything.
initiative, and then yeah.
Let me read.
There it is. I'll fix it. I got it.
Thank you.
16, right?
Thank you.
No worries. I've had that happen to me many a time. And so let's all right. So what's going to happen is that Evangeline, there's a, kind of at the last minute, you notice a kind of strange, acrid smell in the air, and then something drips from the ceiling on you. It falls on your shoulder, and it starts to sizzle and smoke.
Oh no!
And then at that moment, you sort of look up a little too late, and then you realize something in the shadows up along the ceiling of the catacomb, the hallway that you're in. It looks like inky black shadows, but suddenly you realize that they're moving. Then suddenly the shadow flicks out towards you. And you realize that as there are black shadowy tentacles, some kind of pulsating that are spreading down the okay. Herbie, you are surprised.
All right, fuck.
Braegar, you are surprised. You all have reactions now.
My cat can't be
Dyvas?
surprised.
Your cat can't be surprised. Your cat's over here. Okay, so then, again, this is all cinematically happening. Perhaps the cat notices what's going on. What is your cat going to do?
He can't really directly attack, so he'll run up to whatever it is and impose disadvantage on. Well, I can't do that, right? So he'll just run up to what it is, I guess. He can't do any post.
All right, so he'll okay, so put him, I guess, in front of Evangeline. Right? It runs through you. You kind of realize your. I'm sorry. What's the name of your construct?
Petrie.
Petrie. Yeah.
Petrie.
Sorry. Yeah. So Petrie runs past you, making clearly trying to warn. It's making a sort of noise, whatever the warning noise is that it has, as Petrie 7, leaps and starts meowing, making its mechanical leopard sounds towards the ceiling. Evangeline.
I am.
Well, it's your surprise round, but you're going to have your reaction now, right? And so, what's going to happen is Son of notice above you. This pulsating black, awful thing. From it, a piece of unpleasantness comes flying at you.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. It misses, and a horrendous. It's like this tentacle of ink of black sliminess tries to hit you, and it just misses. But you can see little bits of it dripping on the floor, and sort of sizzling on the stone of the catacomb as you just run back at the last second from its grasp. and so and it hovers at so it hovers there at up kind of almost above you and up encompassing the hallway essentially, right, all along the walls and the ceiling. And so now I believe then it's it's your action.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm standing on like a kind of elevated platform right now.
Yes, you are. You're elevated
So I'm
slightly
looking
above.
over
Above.
Evangeline and Dyvas, or since I'm small,
Yes.
I'm still at the same height as them.
Yeah, no, you're up. You're looking above Evangeline's head and above Dyvas' head. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Then you can see now this thing. It's in the ceiling, right, and it's spreading. Like little weird tentacles all along the walls. You can see this pulsating black.
I'm gonna take out my hand crossbow and shoot at it.
All right. Bam! Excellent. Okay, and so you have a direct hit on this thing.
What does my arrow seem to do?
Okay.
Does it seem to like hurt him, or does it seem to like kind of be absorbed by it?
No, okay. It's not slashing damage, right? And so your arrow pierces this strange, blobulous, thing. You can see where the arrow hits it. It kind of spreads away. You will hit it for full damage. So you are going to hit it for 12 points, 19 points, 20 points, right?
Has it been 1 hour since our last encounter?
I don't think so, right?
Yeah, we didn't take a short
If
rest,
not-
I think.
As a
Okay,
no,
if
you
not,
guys
then
did not
he'll-
take it.
Okay, if not, then his weapon is still magical and his weapon does fire damage. So
Okay, that's
I think
fine.
you're-
Yeah, because this all happened kind
mine.
of immediately. You guys were talking, right? And you were chatting, and then you came in here to investigate. And that was maybe only a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah.
So sure, yeah, your
So-
weapon is still on. That's totally fine.
So you do an
Can I
extra
do
1d.
another-
Yeah, I believe so, right? And so your piercing weapon should do full damage to this thing. But you can see the arrow just decays, like it just starts sizzling. As a creature forms around it, and completely starts to eat it.
So that is 22 damage.
Yeah, 22 damage to the creature. Yeah.
Nice. Take that, you big fucker!
All right, and so then it is to Braegar.
Okay. Braegar is going to firebolt it.
Okay. Black Pudding doesn't have a very high AC. And so your firebolt strikes this boiling mass of blackness. It sizzles, and a terrible stink fills the air as burning pieces of this gel substance drip down onto the floor of the catacombs, and this thing starts, suddenly creates a whole bunch of strange tentacle pseudopods that start snaking into the air.
Did the fire
Doesn't make
affect
really
it?
much sound.
Did the fire affect it?
Yes, it did. It should, because acid, cold, blinded, charmed. Yeah, I mean, it's not immune to fire damage or anything like that. So the fire hits it, and the fire does succeed in sizzling it for 8 points of damage. Right? And so, it becomes smaller as a part that you hit just kind of burns and falls and plops to the floor, burning. Okay, Dyvas. Oh no, I'm sorry. Braegar, you can do anything else?
I'm just gonna yell out to the group that I'd advise not allowing this creature to touch any one of you. And that's my turn.
Okay. Dyvas.
Okay, so I will just shoot at us. A 9 hits. Oh, it doesn't miss.
Actually, a 9 does hit. This thing doesn't move fast, and your crossbow strikes it.
Okay.
So your crossbow, you said, is infused with fire damage?
No, it's just magical. It doesn't do anything additional.
Okay, it's just magic. Okay. All right. And so, yeah, your crossbow bolt, shoots straight. It again hits one of the main body of this thing. You see that the bolt starts to sizzle and smoke immediately as it enters into the flesh of this thing. But you hit it for 7 points damage.
Okay. And for Petrie, he can't really do anything other than use a reaction. So he will use a reaction to impose disadvantage on anybody that attacks on his first attack.
Aha!
And that's all he'll do.
Okay, so first attack is...
Well, no, only action it takes on his turn is a dodge action. Okay, so it will dodge, but then it uses disadvantage to impose any reaction to impose any disadvantage on the attack. I think that's how I'm reading it.
Gotcha. Okay, excellent. All right.
Thank you.
And so then Evangeline.
I'm going to try a guiding bolt.
Wow. Oh, no, that's fine. You're fine. Your guiding bolt flies from your hands, and the holy might of Ezra fills you with a slight glow, and it strikes this creature. The holy glow of the guiding bolt spreads across its surface. You can see it bubbling and sizzling, and then there's almost like a high-pitched sound that comes out of this thing. You're not really too sure how. The whole surface of it is kind of vibrating. Maybe somehow it vibrates and makes a sound, and it's an unpleasant, horrendous sound. All right.
Which person has
Looking
advantage on
ugly.
that creature?
All right. Evangeline, anything else?
Nope, that's all.
Okay. And so, because it's on the ceiling, I'm going to say it can, it kind of, right? It's above you guys, right? So it should be able to actually move above you, technically speaking. Let's imagine it, it's moving above you, Evangeline. And it's going to try and, strike you with one of its strange, freakish, it lashes out with extensions of itself, little pseudopods, like tentacles, and it's going to try and attack you.
Yep, just some of you with disadvantage, I think, then the rest normal.
Yeah. So, and Dyvas's Petrie organism, a mechanical animal, jumps out and starts sort of slashing and clawing at this tentacle as it tries and hit and slash against you, and because of that, you are able to avoid any kind of damage from it, and you evade any being captured by this thing. All right, Herbie, you are next.
All right. I am gonna shoot at it once again. With my crossbow.
Yeah. Your crossbow is successful. Again. Right. This thing. It doesn't have any immunities to your piercing damage from your. There's nothing that it can do. And so
Good.
you slapped into it.
And as my bonus action, I want to aid Dyvas in attacking this monster.
And so you're going to hit it for 14 points.
So my bonus
Alright.
action, I'm going to use the help action to aid
Excellent.
Dyvas in attacking that thing.
All right. And how are you going to do that? Cinematically, what's it going to look like?
It's going to be me just yelling obscenities at this thing, trying to distract him and turn its focus to me. So Dyvas can just shoot, easily get into it.
Okay. Braegar.
Firebolt it.
Yes, Braegar, burn it!
Weird. What's happening there?
Where are these fucking wolf girls, by the way? These wolf people, why aren't they helping us?
You want me to roll a crit
Oh.
miss, guy?
Yep. Okay.
I was debating who to help. Guess I picked the wrong person. Sorry, Anthony.
I'm going to say you can't use your bonus action this round.
Alright, well, I'm
I
done.
don't know if you had one, but yeah. And so you sort of stumble backwards. Bolt goes off and just mistimed everything. Dyvas, you now have advantage on your attack due to the help of Herbie. That is a solid hit. Okay. Yeah, look at that. All right. This thing is, being slowly. Am I doing this right? Yeah. Yep.
Next is Evangeline, right? Okay. I'm going to tell Petrie, which I think I can use my bonus action to do this. Let me see, what does it say? Unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to dash disengage to help. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to help Evangeline.
Cool.
Yay.
All right. Evangeline, you are now going to have advantage on as Peachtree is diverting and trying to get the Black's attention.
Okay, so since it's on the ceiling and I'm underneath it, I want to move so that I'm not directly underneath it because I don't want it dripping on me.
Yep.
So I'm going to move back up the hallway, and then I'm going to use another guiding bolt.
It's essentially here. So if you move that far, I mean, I don't want to put it on top of you. Essentially on top of this, right? You can imagine it here. So from where you were, you could probably. Otherwise, it's going to get an attack of opportunity, depending on how far you go. Right? I think you could probably get yourself there. And guiding bolt. Yeah, you're no longer under. Yeah, but now you've moved out of the way in a position where it won't get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not looking too good. It's bubbling. It's pseudopods are lessening. It looks like some of the material isn't split apart. It's oozing down the sizzles. So go ahead. Oh, wait.
What does
Actually,
Are you allowed to use
this thing
spells
has
from that
such a
close
low
range?
AC. You would be at disadvantage,
Okay. Fair
right? But so you have advantage, and you're
It's
at
a straight roll.
disadvantage, so it's just normal. Yeah, it's a straight roll. But that's okay because an 8 will hit it because this thing doesn't. It's not very. It doesn't move much, and so you're going to hit it for 10 points. And so your guiding bolt again sears this thing with the holy light of Ezra, and it is not happy.
Hallelujah. Praise Ezra.
So the black pudding is going to try and Well, you're still closest, so it keeps on trying to hit you because you're just right there.
It's going to use a reaction. Reaction to impose disadvantage again?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right. And it good. Uses reaction to impose disadvantage. This thing, pseudopod, it slams down towards you, Evangeline. But Peachtree is, again, kind of like jumping and trying to... Again, Peachtree's not really attacking it. It's distracting it. And it's good for Peachtree because Peachtree does not actually want to hit this thing. Such that... Ooh, I'm sorry, Evangeline. This actually does hit you.
How dead am I?
I believe that you're going to go down.
Jesus Christ.
But then the creature is going to sort of, what's remaining of it, it's going to move itself into this room, and it's going to try and again, I'm trying to change this so that it is not whispering my rolls, but it keeps on whispering my rolls. I don't know when it's something kind of funky with the sheet, so just take my word for it. It is going to try and use its amorphous trait, which can move through a space as narrow as an inch without squeezing. So it takes a move over here through the room, and it's going to try and start squeezing itself, going in a crack in the wall, and it's going to try and escape, leaving behind a slimy, sizzling, acrid trail.
What type of damage did it do to Eve? Is he conscious?
Eve is unconscious. Eve, you are.
Yeah, I was waiting for the damage.
And by the way, so it slams you with the ponds, and then it starts melting your armor. And so your armor is going to be reduced by...
Is she wearing armor?
And you feel the last of you burning, on your armor as you're trying to desperately pull it off, where you fall unconscious in pain.
All right. It's my turn now.
Yeah,
Great.
it is your turn.
This thing's disappeared off.
Yeah, you can see the last of it, sort of, it's black slime crawling along the floor and squeezing through some cracks in this wall.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to move that close. Just wanted to move that over.
No, it's fine.
Kill
I'm
it.
just gonna yell, "Fuck, guys! I don't see it."
Go around the other side.
I guess I will do that. Hold on. I have to measure out my movement. What I just moved. So that's 10, 15, 25. I'm gonna dash as a bonus action. So I'm standing here, and then I can walk out 25 feet. $20, 25, and then I am gonna dash again as an action. Oh fuck! I can't see it here. Fuck! All right. Probably went like all the way to the other walls. Okay. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Braegar.
Kai, is there enough room for me to, like, clear Dyvas? That way?
Like, jump over him?
Yeah.
That would be tough because, you'll hit the door jam, right? I mean, this is like a doorway here.
Okay, that's fine. I'll walk.
Yeah. I mean, you can jump down and move through, cinematically speaking.
You can shove me to the side. I'm not the brawniest of people.
I'm gonna come over here.
Right, but
Got Tom on my
I mean,
shoulder.
yeah, I mean, it is 5 feet, Anthony. You can like jump down, run through.
It's okay.
You shall not pass.
I've got 10 more feet of movement. And then I'm going to use my action to dash. Where the fuck are these werewolf people?
They're
Yeah, that's
running
why I asked.
out they're running out of the left now. They're sort of coming. What is happening? It seems they'd wandered off down the hall.
We have more trouble.
They kind of come running out here.
And that's my.
What is happening? Is it more than bloodsuckers?
It's something black. It's oozing everywhere. Cut down Eve.
Yeah, I haven't been wearing armor this whole time. My armor class is 11. I had chainmail, but I don't have proficiency with heavy armor, so I actually wasn't wearing it.
Okay, well, your chainmail didn't get damaged then.
So I was trying to, I guess, take off my jacket because it's sizzling. And
Yeah. Okay, so cinematically, you were, trying to get your clothes, stuff dripped all on you. I mean, it's the blob. It's a black pudding.
Which reminds me, when I get above ground, I need to get some armor.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have the opportunity to have armor. It's just where you're going. Where are you with the armor? If you're hanging around Falcon Town, you could probably don't have to, wear armor in a not all that well hidden manner because you won't really see a lot of city guard hanging around. Yeah, there's the authorities. The authorities have kind of this place. They only come here last time you saw the authorities. The Vis gang members told you to go hide, basically down in the catacombs because they were going to hassle everyone to get money, and they didn't want you seen. So the authorities only come here to basically shake the citizens down. They're not really here to protect anyone, at least in Falcon Town. So, keep that in mind. If you were coming down into the catacombs, you certainly could have come with chainmail because you're not walking out in the middle of the street.
All right. Well,
remember that for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm fucking.
Dyvas?
I'm just gonna follow where everybody went.
Okay.
It's all dark for me for some reason right now. The dynamic lighting's gone all weird.
Do you have dark vision?
Oh, wait
Yes,
a minute. Yeah, you're supposed to have dark vision. And here we go.
Tell you guys to go this way, like to keep running that way.
Lighting.
Sorry, I should have measured that.
To be fair, I'm starting to wonder if we changed this thing at all.
Yeah, your multiplier's not there. Remember the thing. You guys don't have normal. So remember, what's supposed to be happening is that you guys have D&D 3.5 low light vision. You guys can see twice as far in the dark, and dim light is like bright light to you guys. But it's not. If you are zero light, you are just as blind as anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to move out 30 feet to there. I presume that's right. And for a bonus action, I'll ask Petrie to dash up to that point.
Somebody has a torch, don't they? Or a lantern, right? Somebody has a lantern or a torch, yes?
I think that's what happened. The torch was moved with Braegar's torch.
Yeah. So I'm going to make sure that you've got a ×2 multiplier on your, or whatever it was. At the moment, I'm going to put it as ×2 multiplier. But you can't see in pitch dark. That's just the deal. You're not supposed to be able to see in pitch dark.
Do you guys see my token?
You vanished.
No, your token disappeared. Yeah, what happened? Your token disappeared, man.
I'm still on the turn order. I didn't delete my token because it would have vanished.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's weird. Oh, there it is. There it is. I see him now.
I just added it. I just pulled it from the journal.
That is pretty weird.
Yeah, so south.
I didn't do the update.
What'd you say, Adam?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you were right there where you are currently, on top of the torch. Then when I moved up, your token went south towards where Herbie was in the corner. And then, yeah, then you vanished. Only the torch was there.
I think
That's
it's
weird.
not. I think my owl's holding the torch.
Could be. I'm also holding a torch. I also have a light source. Turn it on. Just saying, because I don't actually have dark vision. I don't think halflings do.
They don't.
Yeah, something's wrong with your. Okay. With some of the tokens, they don't have the vision multiplier. I don't know why. I have to fix that. I mean, I fixed it now. I'd have to fix that permanently. Something went wrong there. Anyway. All right. And so then, I'm sorry. It's, is that going to do anything with Evangeline? It's not Evangeline. Everybody just left
the
you
only
there.
person who can heal, other than Eve.
I can, but I'm out of slots, so I can't really heal now.
I mean,
Damn.
We should stabilize her still.
Stabilize.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Evangeline, you roll me a death save. Whisper it to me. Fine. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were down because you're talking about removing your jacket. So
Okay, hang on. How do I whisper? Yeah, I was trying to remove my jacket.
Yeah, that was it.
Unconscious.
Yeah, that was the cinematic reality of her falling and dying, and she's still going like "Help! Burns!" Right? You know, you can say a couple of while you're doing your death saves. That is part of the.
Okay, how do I
Dark
toggle
Dungeon
to whisper? How do I toggle my sheet to whisper?
Isn't it on the left-hand side? No. Eesh.
It's round. It's round top. It's round top. You know the part where it says what your class and your background and stuff is, and your alignment. Right above that is public and to GM on my sheet.
I think it's the same.
Nope.
Mine's is on a query.
Mine's is to the top right toggle. Otherwise, you have to turn that on in options. You go to options. You go to roll whisper rolls to GM. You can either get it with toggle, a query, or always whisper. Or just have it toggle.
Well, as she's doing that, okay, Herbie, what are you going to do?
I am gonna go and run over to Evangeline to try and stabilize her.
Okay.
Seeing as these other idiots didn't do it.
Yeah, okay. You are able to stabilize her.
Okay.
And she is going to be out for
4 hours.
Okay, excellent.
Somebody knew.
Boom, boom.
I'm getting a nap.
She's going to be out for 4 hours, unless you guys do something else to kind of give her away.
Yeah.
Extreme.
Be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna take a dash action. Or as an action, sorry. I'm gonna take a dash action. And that's my turn.
All right, Braegar.
Braegar is somewhere over here, apparently.
Yeah, you see
Oh,
where I
that's
am?
where you are. Yeah. Why are you there?
I don't know. Can you get
I
me
don't
out of
think
the
I
way?
moved you. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. There you are. Huh.
This guy.
I wonder if I accidentally grabbed you somehow. I don't think I would have, but
I see it. Can I attack it?
yeah. If you can see it, yeah, you can attack. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's crawling along the corner of the walls, half along the floor, half along the walls. Boo! And it hits this remnant of this thing. Your firebolt lights it up. It thumps around. It extends its weird black pseudopods all along the floor and the ceiling, thumping and making a bunch of noise, flinging splashing bits of itself everywhere as it goes into fits and seizures, and eventually it stops moving. The entire area here is filled with a terrible smell, kind of like when you boil vinegar. And it's like your eyes are starting to water a little bit from a stench of burnt flesh of this thing.
I'm gonna yell back. It's dead.
Is there anything left of it?
I guess so. There's a puddle.
How do we know it's not just dropping to the floor? I don't know if these things go any deeper. We should just leave this place now. Get Evangeline to safety. I have a feeling our higher powers tell us to use our brains instead of using our muscle.
And the werewolves have come.
Oh,
What
now
happened?
they want to fight.
What
huh?
was that thing? Oh, they were busy looking for their kid.
Did you find your child? No?
Yes, we shall look for him. We shall call for him. Your friend, she is hurt. We can bring her with us. We have healing herbs, poultices. We can help her.
Okay. She's already burdened with one affliction.
Yes.
Do not burden her anymore with your affliction.
Half vampire, werewolf.
How would that work out? I'm kind of curious now. You know what, bite her.
That's,
No, just kidding.
We cannot give it to her. That is not us. That is not our kind. We are born this way.
Okay.
Anyways, I think we should get out of here so she can rest. Get herself a bit healed up.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Right. All right. So you guys are gonna make your way back. You're gonna make your way back without any incident. Let me clear the turn order here. And where are you guys heading back? You heading back to the warehouse?
Yeah, I
suppose?
think that's the best.
Okay, right, yeah. So you guys can. We'll make your way back, basically, to the warehouse. I will. Well, I'll leave everybody here just in case we come this way. I'm just gonna. You guys are here together for the moment. And then let's get you up to Port Lucine. Wrong map, sorry. Okay, so you guys emerge this entrance to the comb. The date now, as you emerge, a steady rain is pounding and still dripping down to collapsed part of the street to let you down into. And you'll make your way back. As you do this, of course, the husband and wife they will return into their human forms and accompany you to you.
Right.
And they say, well, I mean, okay, well, I don't know what you guys are going to want to do. So talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get another quick cup of coffee, and then I'll be back. Right. So just 2 quick minutes. You guys think what's your next game?
So I think we should wait for Evangeline to wake up, and then plan according to that, to how she's feeling, how fucked up she is. Do you guys think we should go back to the catacombs? I kind of feel like we have to, right?
If my priority is to save the kid, then I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to go back.
I think so as well, yeah.
It is time sensitive, right?
Yeah, so we have to go back.
Yeah. We can't just be like, yeah, we're going to rest for a week and figure it out.
No, I wasn't planning on long resting anyways. Yeah. I was thinking maybe a short rest, but...
Yeah,
I know you're missing it. We might have seen him or heard about him being in this area, but we'll wait a week.
Yeah, no,
yeah, the problem though is the fact that we're probably underpowered. I can't get my spells back, so.
I feel like we really don't have no choice, do we?
No, I think you're right. I think our options are limited.
Speaking about pipes, what the pipe in hell are you guys gonna?
So we're gonna wait till Evangeline wakes up, and then we're gonna go back.
All right. Okay. I mean, you can. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be out for. Like I said, about 4 hours, unless someone's got something special they can do.
They got some healing
points.
Unfortunately, not before long rest.
Nope, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, if the Titus and Valentina, they offer to bring you something.
Yeah, we might have taken them up on that though. If we try and rush back.
Yeah. Definitely would take them up on that offer.
Okay, all right. And they'll come back after to.
They're not walking around all werewolfy, right?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Before they came out, they turned back into normal, human.
Did we see that? The transformation?
Yeah. Yeah, did. Guys, I mean, well, let's see. You would have seen them at trans. Anyway, I mean, you guys already got freaked out seeing them transform from werewolf into human. So it's not the first time.
Yeah, I just want.
No horror checks. I think I already rolled.
I want to start like studying it. I guess that their certain affliction and seeing how their body's able to handle the trauma that goes through the transformation.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear sort of cracking or sounds of a bone shifting. And you could just see them grow before you because they're probably about medium height, i.e. the woman's probably she's shortish, but maybe a little bit huskier than better, healthier than the average de Montlouis woman, and the man is maybe 5'11". He doesn't look right, but broad-shouldered. And you just see them grow. They grow. Even she becomes 2 meters. He gets to like 7, so they become very tall and broad, but they don't get into full wolf. And it takes them an action to fully transform. So it's 6 seconds body. And you can see that they calm down, right? When they're in wolf form, very aggressive. When they're in this human wolf form, kind of much more relaxed.
I'd like to ask them if it's...
I'm not going to say you get a tingle of magic. I mean, it looks like it. If you ask them, they say, I suppose one would say it hurts. It is the ritual transformation. Pain is cleansing. It sharpens them.
It looks quite painful.
But we have not yet taken the form warrior as our son Janus. To see the full strength of the warrior, few can stand before it. Not few, basically, few who are not children of Gaia, besides the kinfolk, can stare into the eyes of the beast and not feel fear, not feel the eyes of the hunter upon them as prey. Janus is down there. He has found the nest of the leeches, I am sure. But he is trapped beyond the veil. I do not know why. But once he is unleashed, we should fear him.
When you say trapped beyond the veil, does that mean he is not in the same realm as us? What is this phrase that you use?
Yes, he has crossed into the realm of spirits. He has gone beyond the veil of the mists.
Would that mean that he cannot
be?
Would that mean he cannot be harmed by things that are on this realm of being?
Yes, it is true. Unless the leeches can see into the realm of spirits, he is safe. Safe from them, but there are things within the realm of spirits that corrupt him. Spirits of the worm that will take him. He cannot stay there longer. And the woman chimes up. If they take him, if they force him to dance the black spiral, we will lose him.
That's the black
The
spiral.
black spiral.
Yeah,
Sorry, go
what
ahead.
is that? No, what is that? I was gonna just ask that. But...
And they're kind of like talking to each other in and black spiral is not not right word. Black spiral is the place where servants of the worm take those wish to be corrupted, or who are taken to be corrupted. It is the great labyrinth in the deep gauntlet.
So it's like
They
a
will
maze
take him there.
where they'll lose their way. Okay.
Yes. And then they will dance the dance of the black spiral. This dance will bring madness and corruption. And then he will become like the worst of the beasts. And he stares at Braegar. It is them. It is those of our kind who have danced the black spiral. It is them who have the power to curse non-children of Gaia and turn them into... I should not play spits on the ground. They are not like us. But they can take form like us. They are not true children of Gaia. They are corrupted and cursed.
And how much time do you think he has? Sorry.
Oh, he's like...
So I mistook the break. Sorry about that, Kai. I mistook the pause.
No. It's okay. He stops. We do not know. Time beyond the gauntlet does not flow like time here. So it is said. Days there could be seconds here. Seconds here could days here could be seconds. We know that the longer he lasts there, the more he will attract the spirits of the gauntlet, the spirits of the worm, if he has not already. Do not think that the spirits of the worm only corrupt children of Gaia, children of Luna. Actually, it's not Gaia, but children of you, and he points, and you. Their evil works to all who walk upon our world. They will corrupt and infect. There are disease. There are many. We have smelled them. We have seen them. Touched, not like leeches. The worm took many on the night of the fires. Did you guys hear me?
Yep.
The last thing we heard was Night of the Fire.
Hello?
That's the last thing I heard.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Am I still
So,
unconscious?
No, I think wolves brought
well, I
something
mean-
to wake you up, right?
Yes. Okay. So what wolves have brought to you is essentially it is, mechanically speaking, a potion of healing.
Oh, okay.
You can feed her a potion of healing, and that is the amount you will get. So Shay, 2d plus 2. Hello?
Yep, can hear you.
Sorry, what was that?
2
Oh,
d4.
yeah, sorry, Shay. No,
No,
yeah,
how
roll me 2d4 plus.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2. You cut out. It said you said 2d
Yeah.
plus 2, and I was like, huh?
That's the equivalent of the normal potion of healing. This essentially tastes like extremely bitter absinthe with a bunch of involved in it. If you've ever had absinthe, that's
I have.
equivalent of what she's drinking. But there's something extra, like, basil plus rosemary plus other weird stuff. It's bitter. It leaves a terrible taste in your mouth, to be honest with you. But it does that to you. And they say, you have helped us. And we are honored. We are in your debt. These are herbs from the old country. We don't have much more of this. This will bring you back. It will heal. This is given to the spirits. Mother Luna has taught us how to do this. Taught my wife. It is Valenta and her mother's mother who taught her this.
It is greatly appreciated. Maybe to keep your traditions alive, you could even teach Evangeline. Or am I insulting your culture right now? I did not mean to.
She is not one of us. She is not the children of Gaia, Aluna. She is the leech. Well, I do not know. She can spirits. You must be able to speak with the spirits if you are to let them touch. We shall. But these are. We have very few of.
Guy, you're coming in broken.
We have enough for. Oh, yeah, we're breaking up here. Hold up. God, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Try this. They don't have many of these herbs left. That they will try and see if they can get more from the old country, but trade between the old country and here is slow.
Is it herbs that only grow in their land?
They say that there is one special herb that can only be found in the dark soils of Verbarek.
The Dyvas is wiping his monocle. He goes, tradition is all fine and good, but at some point you'll have to decide whether tradition is more important or superstition. So if you want this to carry on, then you may have to, as it were, teach more widely.
They look at each other and perhaps you are right. We cannot ever go back to the old country. Our kind there would not welcome us anymore. or many of us have fled from there. That is why we have come. We hide here in secret. There we must teach. We both think of this. But you must, you must give praise to Luna. Kingfolk, you see. So we are in your debt. You are not fully in our trust. We see what you are. Smell we do not know. Looking at Braegar. We will consider this.
He does smell very funny.
All right, guys. What is the game plan here?
We should go back into the sewers to try and
Bye,
find
Herbie.
your...
How are we able to bring greater numbers, though?
That's a good point, actually.
Herbie, I was going to say, what I think I said this before. What are the things is, and I think maybe you guys have forgotten this.
We have some guys hired.
Black market. You guys have hirelings. Number one, you guys have the 2 halflings that you've hired, right? That have been so far
scouting,
keeping, assisting. Scouting the area and keeping guard, right? Although they've been, basically splitting their duty because you didn't have enough to hire more than the 2. But there's something else that I'd mention this, that I think, again, things get lost in the shuffle, so to speak. There is black market magic, i.e. black market illegal things that, of course, are part of the contraband system. There's not just illegal weapons. There's other illegal, recreational drugs. There's illegal military.
You talk about illegal magic.
Illegal magic. You've heard enough, you know enough that there's places. It's expensive.
Aren't we supposed to stop some
but it
auctioning
is.
too?
Hmm?
Aren't we
Oh,
supposed to
fuck,
stop
you're
some
right about
auction?
that.
Yeah, there was that.
Well, there's a couple of things. So remember, at some point, there's that you guys are supposed to infiltrate. That your contact at Academy of Science has asked you to. And don't forget, you're not a guys only looking for Januns, but disappeared from the tenements.
Who appeared from
Sir.
the
So, I'm sorry, what'd you say, Anthony?
Who appeared from the tenements?
Disappeared. Was right.
No. No.
Oh.
Children were appeared from the tenements during the second to last attack.
Yeah, this was a clown, we thought, right? Or something like that.
I thought this had to do with the vampires.
That goes back to all the. Okay, guys. Yeah, so let's. I know it's been a while since we played, so let's think about what the scenario is again. So yes. So remember, the fact that you guys established yourselves here, the attack started. The clues you got about the vampire attack were the fact that something, really big, decapitated a fucking Nosferatu in one of the tenement buildings.
Yeah.
And people in there died. It was, were gutted. It was blood dripping from the ceiling and the walls, and not just the monsters. Your interrogation of witnesses and children and people would indicate that there has been and of course, the complaints of your local Verbecker gangsters that you work with is that they have been preyed upon by night leeches for quite and that some giant the roar of a monster, almost like a giant wolf, on the night of that attack. And then you got all this additional information. We're relating, the fact that being visited by a giant, ugly, smelly, big teeth clown that could hide really well, and told their parents never to tell them he was there, but always asked them to invite him in, and that the children were being preyed upon. You smuggled some of them in a safe house, the ones whose family was totally slaughtered. You got some information that led you to the couple. The couple explained that their child is a big giant,
That's what I meant. I thought the giant...
mentally handicapped.
The giant is big... was it Big Hands, they called him?
Januns.
Januns, yeah.
I thought the parents called him Januns. The kids call him Johan.
So in my mind, how I connected the dots, that was the guy who was like talking to all the children and stuff. And for us was a potential, what do you call it, suspect in that thing? Where he's probably like, he was like a child in an adult man's body, right? He's like mentally disabled like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
what I thought was that this guy was maybe even a potential suspect for that thing, as he didn't know what he was doing, and he probably transformed into a wolf and just went into a murderous rage or wasn't able to control himself or something like that.
Basically, he lennied out.
Right.
Yeah, he lennied rather than okay.
That's what I was thinking. That also
that
could possibly happen. I'm not saying that is what happened, because I think there's multiple things here to uncover. It could also be that it's one of the parents actually who did all that murdering. But did we already ask them about it? I thought we did, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think
I have my notes. Where are my notes?
From Titus's
notes.
Well, guys, there's a whole thing called clue, and
yeah, from Titus. Yeah,
section,
and
all of you. There's also a set of player notes where each of you actually has a handout with specific notes.
I know about that. No, I made like even separate notes.
Other notes, yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff in Roll20 itself. Yeah, so the gist of it is that Big Januns used to play around with the kids, but the fucking prejudiced, Valkovians, chased him off because he was a dirty Verbrecher. Pissed off the parents, were trying to make money selling shoes. After their place burned down, and then so the kids liked him, and then there was this other weird, pale, smelly, bald, big-toothed clown who also seemed to befriend the kids. The parents have told you that special, and he can sense leeches and has been hunting leeches. And that's why he's down in the catacombs, although he's done this by moving... Well, you don't understand, but you guys have had some strange experiences recently where you've gone to someplace else that is and is not the city. Is that what they mean? You don't know. But, there are sort of places are just where you are mixed to you in your current set of experiences. You had emotional attack after the original one where a dozen children disappeared, and then you had a third attack that was mostly thwarted by the Halfling and the Gaul, where a woman was partially attacked and the assailant creature got away, although the assailant creature was seen to be climbing up the walls of the tenement house, and the woman's neck was torn open, ish, amongst other things. So the thing I'm just reminding you is what are the reasons why. One of the motivators is that everyone in your area is screaming and yelling about the missing children. Yeah, that's all.
And we also that's what I meant. What I thought that was the vampires. At least Herbie thinks that the Nosferatu maybe have something to do with that as well. That they're kidnapping the kids.
Could be. Could be.
Because that is the thing. Right now, we're not sure about anything. I think we have all these different leads, but we haven't managed to connect the dots fully yet.
Right.
Whether
I guess-
it's just that we don't have enough information for that, or we're just monkeys, I don't know.
For me,
But-
I don't even think the dots are on the same page to be able to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just need to
Okay,
find a thread and start pulling.
Yeah. I think right now our top priority should be Janus, because he's most likely to be in trouble, and we heard some weird noises coming from down that basement thing, or down the crypt. So who knows what they're doing to that kid right now, or to that big man who is a kid right now.
What? So, I thought I said this a while ago. First, and I know, in terms of questions, what questions you guys have? What do you want to know?
I
What do
think
you
I
still
understand the information
Think
now,
you need to know?
what we need to know.
Is there any more information you think that you need?
I mean, I don't have a sense of urgency, right? So I know what all the things are, but I don't necessarily know which is
Which is
more
more
pressing
important.
than exactly.
Guess you have to make decisions.
When was the auction happening? Is that this week?
It's within a week, at least within.
Yeah, within a week about, right? Because what kind of happened here is that, during the kind of long resting, by the time finally Evangeline is long rested, which is a week and a half after the whole incident where they went into the Barovian embassy, I suppose. You guys finally started going, pulling this particular string.
How long has Janus been missing?
Oh, man, Janus
That's a good
must be
question.
missing since... Janus has been missing since the night of the first attack.
Okay.
So Janus has been missing for like almost 2 weeks now.
Okay, I think we're definitely in the right priority then.
That's what I think as well.
And the children have been missing since the last attack, which would probably be a couple of days ago.
Okay.
In my opinion, or at least I think they're still connected. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we should just go down there anyways and have a look at those Nosferatu. I do want to, if we do that, I want to get the my friends, my halfling friends.
Did you take like the like, for example, did you show the Janus's parents the crime scene or anything like that?
You mean of the really bloody attack?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's been cleaned up. I'm not saying like there's blood and guts everywhere now, but I don't know. I mean, if there's any more questions you want to ask them, or something.
I get a
you're not
sense
sure
from
about.
your asking about this that we should be probably asking them more questions, or at least taking them there.
I don't know. I just want to make sure that you guys feel you have enough information to make decisions. If you don't feel you have enough information,
I think it might be worthwhile in that because they do sense things that we don't. So
Yeah, they say that they can see spirits, so maybe they.
Oh, as Janus can see spirits.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
but they
that's
said
one
for that
thing that they said.
healing tactic, you also need to be able to
Ah.
kind of communicate with the spirits, right?
Speak with the spirits. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they can speak to whoever passed away if their spirit is still there and see, or maybe there's an ancestor who saw what happened to Janus. I think that's a safe bet to go there to try and get some more information.
Interesting idea.
yeah, let's try that. I mean,
Okay.
look,
Yeah.
the logical approach here really is, I think, going to the catacombs and fighting every aberration and slime that we run into is not going to work for us.
No,
So we're
I
going to be
agree.
smart. Have to be smart about this.
Yeah, the creature didn't seem very fast. We just have to be more perceptive than it is sneaky.
Yep.
So, but perhaps
yeah,
no reason why we need to all do this together, though. Maybe some of us can go on a recruitment drive. The rest of you can, the others can go and see what we can discern from spirits or whatever you want to call them at the crime scene. That way, we could save us some time.
Okay, all right. So who wants to? Okay, if someone's going to accompany the both Thaddeus and his
I
wife
will.
to. Okay. All right. So number one. There's a group of people who will go to the crime scene. I suppose. And,
Or actually,
remember, there's actually multiple crime scenes because the different tenements have been attacked. 3 times. There's been 3 attacks during this time period. The initial attack where you found the Nosferatu head and the fucking butcher, Hellraiser room. A second attack that was massive, right? It was like an all across the tenements, and where the children were stolen, which I'd say is, getting on to almost a week ago. And then the last attack, which was thwarted. And also remember, there was kind of different, right? the children, the way in which, the children seem to always claim that they were the ones that were being visited at night. And then the last attack that happened, a woman said that a beautiful man appeared at her window and asked her to be let in.
yeah, a beautiful woman.
A handsome man
A handsome man. Okay.
was at her window.
Does Janus's
On
dad
the-
look handsome? Just a quick question.
Giannis's dad is not what I would call a handsome man. Janice's dad looks like a stern, hairy, bearded, actually mustachioed and bearded, lumberjack.
Yeah. Alright, I say that. I'll probably recognize dad is the same, so I don't think it's going to be either of that, or I'm reckoning that his son is the same, so I'm going to be...
The son is, all you know is the son is giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
But I'm going to make the assumption that he looks a bit like his dad. Actually, I'm going to ask his... Mr.
Thaddeus.
Mr. Titus, does your son look a lot like you?
Yes. He has my eyes and my nose, but he has Valentina's mouth. But he is much bigger than me. And his eyes are... One eye is blue,
Alright,
the other is green.
okay.
Why are you not taking it, Herbie? Why are you not taking into account that beauty is in the eye of the beholder?
That's a good point, Dyvas, but don't worry, I'm going to get to the bottom of this in a second. Do you... do you need permission to come in anywhere, Mr. Thaddeus?
Well, permission? No. But you should be with us, please. The Falcovians, we've already dealt with them many times.
Yes, no,
They
of
do
course
not
I was
like
there.
us.
I was just wondering about something, but that is out of my mind. Dyvas and Braegar will accompany you, and I will get some more backup to come with us into the catacombs when we're leaving.
Okay. Shay, is there something in particular you would like to do?
Have my spells back? No, I'm good. I'm just gonna follow the group wherever they want to go.
Okay,
I'm
well, I
done
mean,
going off
Herbie's
on my own. Bad things happen.
right. Yeah, there's been a lot of going off on your own. Couple, yeah. So, I mean, well, you're going to go with Herbie, or are you going to go with the werewolf couple and?
I'm gonna keep my eye on.
And what? Yeah, and what's Braegar doing?
Wherever she goes, I'm gonna go. 'Cause she seems to be very fragile as of late.
My buddy. My buddy.
And yeah, I mean, Eve, you're pretty shook. I would agree with this because although you've spent your, you are dedicated to the extermination of these things, but the last couple of days has revealed the total extent of their powers, which you were, let us say, just not fully cognizant of. I mean, clearly there was information in.
Oh yeah, wait. I would like to purchase some armor. See, I almost forgot.
Well, I mean, you do have chainmail, right?
I do, but I'm not proficient in heavy armor.
Oh, right. That's a thing.
So, is there a way maybe we can get a custom-made breastplate for her? Where?
Oh yeah.
Where she could wear it under her clothing.
A breastplate corset.
I mean, yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, it would still, if someone looked carefully, they would find it's going to be bulky. It's going to look weird. It might make noise, depending on what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, could you get that custom made? Sure. Are there
like baggier dresses and stuff like that? Would it?
Yeah.
Would it kind of hide it?
Well, I mean, she wouldn't be able to hide it in high society easily because of the kind of dresses that they wear. But here, in in the courtier of here, yeah, she could hide it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the thing.
I would be willing to chip in to help Eve purchase a custom-made breastplate.
I'd have to look at the cost, but we can figure that out. What it'll cost. But again, if it doesn't have to be fancy, you're not looking for it to be one of these super elegant, plate armors that are used parades or decoration. You just need something that is going to be functional. Well, remember, you guys do have. Well, Elvis has a contact. I don't know if Evangeline, if you've been there, but you do know a very nice dwarven blacksmith all the way out by the docks. Elvis has gone there various times to have his equipment both fixed and customized. He's probably told you about it.
My breastplate.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
A breastplate is 400 gold pieces. Weighs 20 pounds.
Eek.
So
yeah.
Modified maybe 500.
Yeah, because 500, and you're going to need a little bit, and it's going to look like this, so it's going to look a bit, right? So you can kind of put some stuff over it, right? Some fabric to hide it and make it look more like a corset. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I'd say 500. Sounds like a good deal at the moment. Let's go for that.
All right.
Okay, I have.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see. I have 185 gold pieces.
What have you been doing with your money? You can't have just 100. Have you spent any of your money?
I don't know. How many times have we gotten paid?
We've gotten.
You guys get paid on a weekly basis. That was the kind of crazy deal that you guys made.
So you're missing at least 2 weeks of pay. So you're missing at least 200 gold pieces.
I have 265 gold.
Okay, yeah,
I've been
I've not
spending
really
on
spent anything.
I've had to
Well,
get rid of my
Herbie-
syphilis.
Herbie, it's because you, Herbie.
Oh,
that's-
no.
It's because you essentially snort the gold up your nose.
Hey,
And-
shut the fuck up.
I furnished my room. I did do that. I got
yeah,
like
that
a
was
dresser
expensive.
and a bed and
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to go research, but I don't know how much money you guys have been spending here and there.
All right,
Perfectly. I
let's
think
say at least.
there's notes about this.
Let's say at least.
okay, so I'll say I have 285.
Yeah, I presume you're keeping honest with the money flow. But we can, if we're purchasing things like we have notes, so we can just make a set of notes of purchases. So let's so we can all sort of keep track of that on your PC player notes. I'm going to put add a handout, and I am going to put purchases.
I can put in 100 if you need.
Okay, so that puts you at 380. I'm gonna go to Herbie and say, hey, we need 20 gold pieces.
What's in it for me?
I'll give you this chainmail.
You
I
could
can't
sell-
wear it. That'll make too much noise.
You could sell her chainmail on the black market.
There we
Alright, I'll
go.
do it. There you go. Everybody's gonna hand over 20 gold pieces and take your time now.
Alright. So
Okay,
I give
so
Eve
there's
another
a,
100, and she should have enough now to buy her breastplate.
Okay. I mean,
Yay.
it's going to take a bit of time, right? It's not going to happen overnight, obviously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, but that's and you're going to have to travel to. I mean, it depends who you want to use, right? You can either use the dwarven blacksmith that Elvis has definitely told you about, Evangeline, that you know about, or there are blacksmiths around here.
She has to wait seven days.
Armor is not something that they make normally around here. Kind of like gunsmiths, the people in power don't really want anyone in this courtier be able to do that easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you want to go to a black market person, which might up the cost.
No, we would have to go to the high
Yay!
end of
My
town.
armor class went up to 15. I'm gonna unequip it, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to see what it would be.
Yeah. Totally cool.
Until it actually comes in.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Okay. Whoa. So now we're talking about that. I gotta look at something here. And
Thank you guys. I'm sure this will help out a lot. Maybe I'll stop passing out so much.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty confident that's gonna help.
Eve, you also have a spell called Shield of Faith. I think it's a bonus action. It costs a spell slot, but it gives you a +2 on your armor class for at least 10 minutes.
Hey, yeah,
Thanks.
Eve, that's pretty useful.
Also,
I would. Yes.
I want to figure out something so I can actually use my. Never mind. I'm lying. I don't even have a short sword, do I? Or did I give it to my rapier? Yeah, I have to figure out something that I can use my rapier to hide my rapier.
Didn't we? Well, there was a whole idea that you could do what Anthony did was
Make it a
basically
cane.
make a rapier. Yeah, rapier cane. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a conversation we had.
Yeah, I think we figured out, though,
course.
that it wouldn't make sense for me to be having a cane as I'm very young and I don't walk weird or anything.
I mean,
Hey,
people did
you
have
could have
walking
a-
sticks back to, when people hike,
Mhm.
some people bring walking sticks and they don't have any issues walking.
It could be an umbrella.
Would you like a rapier parasol?
I think that might work.
Something pink and frilly that'll fit your usual dress sense.
Something like that, maybe.
So, I mean, one of the things is, of course, you could fake a leg injury.
That's also true. I guess, yeah, let's just do a walking stick. Not really a cane, but a walking stick.
Actually, I can also break your leg if that helps. Realism.
No, thank you, Dyvas. I'm fine like this, Dyvas. I'm a very good actor. Don't even worry about it. Also,
Your wit
just to
is
confirm this again,
priceless.
did we get a week of training done before all of this transpired? I think we did, right?
Yeah, we're 4th level.
No, we're not, because you need 2 weeks for 4th level.
No, you're in 2 weeks. What happened is you were halfway between you're halfway between your training.
Yeah. We didn't actually level up to 4th level. No, we didn't finish it.
No,
Because
it was because
I think
Elvis
we
in
did.
shape.
You would have. I'm sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
I think half of the party did, right? Because half of us rested, and Shay and Elvis was.
oh yeah,
Oh, actually, you might be
they
right
were
about that.
resting while I was with the vampires.
So
Yeah, but I think when she came back,
yeah.
So when she came back,
This-
she needed at least a long rest just to get back to being healthy, and then that was 1 week of us training, and then she trained for 1 week. We finished our 2nd week of training. She's got halfway done.
Ooh,
I
wait,
think that we kind of. I think this is kind of. I don't remember now if this. Because what was happening is that 4th week of training was going to happen right before you were ready to go to the, what do you call it? This is because the timeline and things got messed up. Because I kind of think we decided that we were going to chase this before the final week of training. Like you guys are in the middle of training.
Yeah,
when you
that's
finally
what I thought
decided
as
to go
well.
chase up this vampire thing. So the people who were going to level in this adventure, like for the vampire, you weren't 4th level yet. You will be
right.
4th level. I think that was the idea. I agree with what's happened in the timeline, Anthony, but it's because you guys were like ignoring this. Okay, the last time there was a confusion where like, okay, we get ready to go on this mission to scout out this auction. At which point you would, those of you besides Evangeline and Elvis would have been 4th level. But I asked you guys to please at least do something with the werewolves so I could get that off the plate of the foreshadowing.
Okay, so
at this point,
this is a back in time. This is essentially.
I mean, we just kind of decided not to train all the way because I needed you to do something about the werewolves. But I mean, I just needed you to at least interact with the werewolves. Whether or not you wanted to go down into the catacombs, where you guys decided to. But that's kind of what happened. We kind of like backed up a little bit because we just needed to deal with this thing. Oh, by the way, you know what? I almost forgot, guys, because it's been so long and this didn't work out the way things were supposed to work out. So let's say that you guys have been sort of talking and chatting, and this was part of the conversation. I think it's important that eventually you guys find this. And I'm so sorry. Gosh, I totally forgot. Nope. I'm going to say this is going to happen when after Evangeline, after all you guys come back. So I have something for you that's going to be important. Now, let's walk forward. You guys aren't yet fully finished your training yet, right? But you will be within a couple of days, so it's up to you what you want to do. You're not 4th level yet, right? This is like you're in 3.5 level for everyone except Evangeline and Elvis is going to be leaving. He's packing up and getting ready to go, right? So he's not involved. And he's already gotten himself basically, I guess, out of the picture. But the werewolves, that's going to be Dyvas and Braegar, is that correct?
And Eve, I guess.
Yeah, and Eve, okay? Because you've already decided this. You already talked about money. You realize this as you, after the werewolves come back after a couple hours and, in 2 hours maybe, and provide you with the potion. And so they come back and they will accompany you to the...
So I wouldn't have been able to Dragon Breath. It's cool.
Dragon Breath, what? What do you mean?
I wouldn't be able to use that spell. I only get that at my next level.
God damn it, Anthony, you cheater.
Let's say you were 3.5 and you just started you, right? Wink, wink.
All right,
You weren't fully.
I'm
you
perfecting
didn't,
it.
You didn't.
It was a beta test.
Exactly. It was a beta test. Yeah. And it was successful. It's okay story-wise. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
And so, my gosh, sorry about this. Okay, so, the Thaddeus and his wife will accompany you to the sites of the attacks. They get a lot of, let's say, hard stares from some of the Falcovians, but your presence precludes any of them from saying anything, along with the presence of the Vis gang members who accompany you, who tell everyone to go away and let them be. That one room in the original room, where actually any room where there's been a major slaughter, you see people have moved out. They have, not only are they hanging garlic and flowers everywhere, but they have drawn some kind of symbols on the floor. And if you ask the different gang members that are with you, they basically explain that everyone thinks it's cursed and haunted now by the violent death, and that it will take time for them to be clean again. And that what you're seeing here is the rituals that have been performed. As a matter of fact, you probably see a bowl with a dead chicken in it, right? Or it's like chicken feathers on the floor. There's probably some blood splatters, other herbs lying around. So there's been some kind of weird ceremonies happening. And in the first room, what you will definitely have is that the both Thaddeus and Volanta will say, yes, this. He stares at the huge claw mark that are along the walls and on the floor, and he'll basically confirm that this must have been a child of Luna. There is no doubt. This is this must have been our son in full warrior form. These marks are from his claws. It is certain. If not our son, I don't know who else would it be. And the woman sort of gets shivers down her spine, and she says, "Do you feel it? Do you feel it, Thaddeus?" And she starts speaking in Verbrecher, which none of you understand. He says, "Yes, it's golden here. There is something from beyond the veil that is cannot find the rest." So the woman has a bag with her. This was partially a simple knapsack, which she used to bring the herb potion, and she takes something out, and you see that she has a bone flute, right? It's dangling with it seems different feathers on it, and some kind of shells, possibly some beadwork. And she says, I do not know if I can use this. It is Janos's. He made it. For Janus has been blessed by Luna.
What does
I
that
shall
do?
try and...
What does that do? I'm sorry, I'm doing a terrible job
looks
of
at it.
anticipating when you're stopping by.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm sorry. It's just one of the things about playing online. You can't see. We're always talking over each other, and sometimes I talk too much, and I'm sorry about that. But I don't know when to stop either, because I just don't know when you guys want to come in. Yeah, and so she says it is a dream caller. It is a way in which to call forth the spirits of dreams and of nightmares. It is something that can rend the veil. I shall try and play it. But I do not know if I am wise enough to use it properly. And so she sits down cross-legged, and she starts singing something. You don't understand it. It's a weird, lilting song in an unknown language to you. And it includes animal sounds, and growls like a wolf. And then she starts playing this thing, this kind of flute horn. And it gives off this awful, weird, strange music. And you see that the Vis gang members that are with you, shaking their head, and they're kind of yelling, "Ow, ow, stop play, music, hurt my ear, stupid Braegar." Use them, Thaddeus literally growls at them, and they jump back in fear, and they look at each other, and they leave, and you can tell that they were scared. Also, this strange music fills the air, and suddenly the room gets cold. You can feel it. You can feel goosebumps coming up your, and you can suddenly see the breath. Right? Is condensing like on a cold winter day. The Braegar, you can feel the hairs in the back of your neck, goosebumps, just rippling up along your skin, and there's a sort of this kind of little tiny headache, kind of piercing headache, right on your left temple. It's although it's raining outside, it's not that bright. It's still not nighttime. This room isn't well lit either. There's only a bit of light, barely coming in from some of the candles that are set up in the hallway, but the shadows darken. And something wells up from one of the corners. A thing, a shadow of shadows, moves. It seems to swirl and sway with the rhythm, this strange sound coming from the flute. And, if you look at the woman, her eyes are rolling in the back of her head, and they are starting to glow. Just slightly like animal eyes caught in moonlight. And the whirling shadow and stops in front of her and condenses, takes the form of a human-sized thing. Out of its depths, there is a moan. Two pinpoints of sharp red lights ignite as something like a head takes form. Everyone roll me a horror check.
I'm not there, right? So I don't need to do that.
Nope. Anyone who's in the room.
Where's the horror? What's the horror?
So remember, it's a wisdom saving throw, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. So my apologies to make it clear. What you're doing is a wisdom saving throw that we're going to use as a horror check, i.e., a. I mean, you guys have seen all sorts of weird things, but this, of course, is a particularly new experience. Yeah, so let's see the dread tracker and the dread conditions and a horror check category. Oh, you're right. There's something we got to do about the horror check categories. I've been running it wrong. I forgot to tell you guys about this. God fucking damn it. Son of a bitch. And then this constitutes a supernatural creature up close. A new one. It's a DC 15 in this case. Right? And so, the goddamn hell. And so, Dyvas, you have failed a supernatural horror check. And so I will tell you on your character sheet, I think the best place to organize this, quite frankly, is if you were to open up your character sheet and on the bottom right-hand side where it has effects and conditions, just add supernatural and put one failure.
Kai, what level was this check?
This would be a... See, I think I'm using the levels shit wrong. But this is essentially now, I guess, a level 2 or 3. Right? A creature or a machine that cannot logically exist, i.e. you are seeing a...
Ghost.
Because I have passed a hard 4.
Yeah. So we have to go back. I fucked up. When you were always supposed to mark off the lowest failed notch. So, what you were supposed to be doing is every time you pass one, you were supposed to check one, no matter what level it was, check off 1, check off 2, check off 3, check off 4. I mean, you guys have passed the whole bunch. So probably most of you are inured. I just realized I think I kind of fucked up the way I was doing that, so we can fix it later. It's not important. So you Anthony, you probably are inured like that. Scott, you're right. Because you are already used to dealing with and seeing many things. Titus, of course, doesn't have as much experience with supernatural at this point. I mean, he doesn't. This doesn't fit in within your framework of what you consider the magic to be, which is technology. So you're frightened and confused. So what that means is that you are disturbed. So you're kind of frozen. You must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, a dread save DC to move closer to the source. Right? That's if you were interested in going there, but you're not. So you are dread level 1. You're spooked.
Okay.
Actually, disturbed, I should say. You're disturbed. And so... you see that the woman begins to speak in her own language, in Braegar, to Valentina starts speaking in Braegar, this thing. She says it in a sing-songy. She sort of has some kind of abulations, or some sort of movements that she does, and plays the flute. And every time she says something, she plays the flute, a couple of weird notes in between, and then talks to this thing. She turns to you. Actually, she doesn't. She just speaks without turning. She's almost trance-like, and says something. And it's the husband, Thaddeus, that responds. Valentina has called forth one of the spirits of those spirit that has passed here in this room. It is on the other side of the veil. Cannot find its rest. She can only have it here for so long. If she loses control, it will attack us. What do we want to know?
If it's from the whale, could it tell us where your son is?
I do not know if the spirit would know. I am sure that the spirit here is trapped here in this room on the other side of the veil.
Maybe what
that is the way of
in this room a couple days ago.
We will try. We will ask it what it saw when it died. Okay. Excuse me. She starts to speak. What comes out of the creature's mouth, actually, this thing, this shadow that is clearly something that is looking at you and looking at her. You can sort of tell it's trying to reach towards Valentina. Right? It seems to have arms. Now it's coalescing. As it speaks, it takes form. The shadow, the blackness sort of increases, and now it looks more like a woman made of gray ash and swirling shadow, greasy long hair, and a worn face, deeply wrinkled, haggard, bent over, not an old, but a haggard-looking woman. Eyes still glowing red, teeth crooked.
Damn.
And in between the kind of inhuman sounds that it makes, some of the speech comes out that almost sounds like Falcovian. And that goes on for a minute. And you see that it's becoming, from a shadow to sort of translucent. It's getting sort of more solid. And you see Valentina starts playing the flute as this thing starts getting closer to her. Thaddeus starts yelling in Verbrecher. You don't understand what's going on, but it's suddenly Valentina's playing the flute and starts yelling something, yelling very loudly. And the creature, this thing, reaches out. Valentina plays the flute, screams, and you can see that the creature swipes at Valentina as she sits cross-legged on the floor, and touches her. And Valentina screams agony and starts screaming something. And then suddenly she just plays some sort of crazy, discordant chord on the floor. And then the creature gives off a hideous, inhuman, ear-piercing screech, this thing of shadow, this woman of shadow and ash. And it sort of explodes into dust motes, black dust motes that spread into the... Valentina falls down on the ground. You can see on her arm a black mark where the creature touched her. Both black and covered in frost. Moments pass as Thaddeus tends to... And Thaddeus turns. She almost lost control of the... She has never done this before. I think it has taken everything out of her. I must take her home. She will need her herbal remedy. But I heard she was screaming to me what it was saying. Yes, it is as it. Our son was here. It was Januns. One of the leeches had come here. Had been let in. This was mother who woke up and children were missing. Heard a sound and saw the leech was in the room. It was playing with her child doll, singing to itself. It was maybe woman. It was a female leech. And she stares at Eve. He stares at Eve. That is when she heard a terrible howl, or a grunt, and a huge. She says, "Yes, it was my son came bursting through the door." The leech scream at my son and hit my son. Then my son lost control. He turned into the beast, the warrior form of Luna. Everyone around was screaming. And he lost control. He let the rage of Luna take. He killed everything in here, including her. He's kind of like starting to cry. It is Janus who has done this. I am so sorry. I am sorry. He must have been tracking the leech. I told him to leave it alone. He does not know how to control himself. Janus was born in the warrior form. It is his natural form. It is only with much teaching and training that we have taught him to stay in the form of the human, in the form of man. When he gets excited, he will lose control. His rage is so powerful.
So your son killed everything in here? The people and the vampire?
Yes, he did. And he starts crying.
What are we gonna do about this? Dyvas, Eve. If the townfolk find out, they will definitely want to kill him. The Alcovians, they'll definitely want to kill him.
I think that's a stage 2 problem, don't you think, Braegar? Stage 1 is that if he's that powerful, then this corruption or madness that he speaks of is going to put him in the arms of our enemy. So stage 1 would be to get him from there, and then stage 2 is the next problem. We may have to kill him, but that's a stage 2 problem.
Or, hear me out, we could lead him to the vampires. All of them. And he could be a weapon.
There is an elegance to the idea, Eve. Lady Eve.
How are we gonna... We'd have to draw him out without his parents knowing, and then transport him to where?
Remember, they already thought they heard him down in a catacomb. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I guess the next thing we gotta do is just go into the catacombs, right? We gotta find them.
Yeah, we're no nearer to finding out exactly where in the catacombs, though. That's one of those things that we're hoping to discover from this exchange.
Is there any, like, did anybody see him leave here? Is there, like, a huge hole in the wall with his silhouette? I can imagine
No,
he would use
actually.
a door.
No. I would say that, so Thaddeus and look, there are claw marks on the ceiling. Whatever form he takes, it's huge. Well, I mean, not
Like
D&D
the
huge.
form of a black gelatinous glob?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like,
Oh,
that
no.
would be a twist if we almost killed him down there.
No. That, like, if I don't know if you, all you know is that they keep on saying Luna's warrior for Luna, and they use the word Krinos one time. You don't really know what they mean. None of you have ever seen a werewolf. You've only heard of them. You've seen a werewolf now, but they didn't look exactly full wolf. They kind of looked, like I said, like Lon Chaney wolfmen. But they seem to keep on saying that this is not the. Whatever that boy turns into, it's big enough to leave fucking claw marks on the ceiling. So, pretty tall. And yeah, I mean, the door is normal sized, and the door was closed. Right? No, the door was open. I'm trying to remember what the fuck happened. How was it? No, it must have been. No, I think the door was torn off its hinges. Probably bashed through and broken. There's probably holes in the fucking wall. Yeah, I don't know. How did he leave?
Is there a hole in the ceiling or anything like that? Or?
Nope, there's not a hole in the ceiling, no.
Could he have been pulled into this fade that they keep speaking about?
If you ask, yeah. I mean, if you're, if you ask Thaddeus says, yeah, he can slip between. He does know. He has done it by accident before. He sometimes does it when he wants to play hide and seek with us. He can go into the other world, but it is not when he is in Krinos form, for that is dangerous. If he is in Krinos form, the warrior form of Lua, he cannot think straight. He is a creature of rage. He is fully in control of he is fully controlled by his beast.
That sounds
why he
fairly
cannot leave.
That does sound fairly accurate to what's happened here, though. What do you think?
Thaddeus shakes his head. We have taught him to never take his form. He is not ready yet.
Could he do it in his rage, though?
It is possible. I suppose. Instinctually, he could have. He would have been scared. Or angry and scared. Some part of him might have pulled him. It is the way which he would have thought to hide.
Okay,
yes, he could have.
An obvious question here, though. How do we bring him back? If we find him in this form, we can't really tie him up and throw him over Braegar's shoulder.
No. When Janus is in his form, he is the height of 2 men.
So how do you calm him down?
We will have to. Valentina, and I, we will have to try and speak to him. He will listen to us. Yes.
So this will still have to wait until Valentina recovers from her injuries, then.
If I can get her back, well, I can brew one more potion. I say, I can brew one more of our healing drink. It will bring her back.
Sounding incredibly precarious, Braegar.
He's only got one portion of the herb to brew the potion, Kai.
He seems to suggest that that's what he's got.
Is there a
He
way
says
we
he could-
can maybe like take a sample of it, so maybe me and Dyvas could study its alchemical properties, or maybe if there's something similar to that in our location?
Yeah, of course you can. Yes. Of course. Most certainly.
So yeah, I'll like to ask him if we can have a sample.
He will he will say, I shall give it to you. Yes, if you help me rescue my son, yes, we will speak to you. Yes, we'll give you the bits of the herb so you may study them. You must promise me. You must get our Januns back.
Yes.
My son, he has made a terrible mistake. I do not know how to fix this, but it is not his fault. He was trying to do right thing. It is the fault of these leeches.
Well, there is unfortunately an old saying that the road to Avernus is paved with good intentions.
Please, we must find him. We must bring him back. If he is turned by the worm, he will be much worse. There will be more slaughter.
That would be unpleasant.
If we can maybe hurt him a little bit, I might be able to put him to sleep.
Oh. Yes, that would be good. Yes. If you put him to sleep, he will.
But he must be wounded or weakened.
Yes,
take care of
I understand. I accept. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I think I can wound him a little. That's what we need.
Yes.
But I'm sorry, as distressing as this might be to you, what if when we find him he has been turned by the worm? What would you want us to do?
Yeah. Yes. If that is what has happened, I will have to take care of it. Do not think that the warrior Luna does not live in me and in Valentina also. My son is powerful and wild, but he is untrained. He is young. He is full of rage. Yes. But I shall call upon the power of it if it must come to this. If he has been poisoned by the worm, then I will have to do what is necessary to free him of it.
Alright then. Looks like there's nothing much for it, Braegar. I guess we are gonna have to go back into the catacombs, perhaps with greater numbers.
Let's get little
Did you guys-
Herbie.
Did you guys kill the blob?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, you were unconscious. Yeah, there was a fight as Braegar chased it through the catacomb halls.
I was unconscious, so I didn't know.
All right. Yes. Of course, Eve is asking, not Shay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I've dispatched the creature.
While you guys are talking, eventually some of the Vis Falcovian gang members come back. You know, kind of knock the door open and they start, What go on here? Much noise!
I walk
Ah.
right up to the first one that starts acting stupid and I punch him in the face.
Yeah, you crack him in the face and he falls back. He's like a skinny 18-year-old kid with trying to start mustache, but not really. It's not really a manly mustache. It's a boy's mustache. It fucking falls back. It stumbles onto his friend, who falls back against the far wall. Why'd you do that, man?
Shut the fuck up. You don't enter a room like that.
He looks at you and like he's definitely scared. He's like, oh, we think something bad happened. Fine, boss man, you do what you need. It's like, get up. He's like, guy, this guy's nose is bleeding. There's blood coming out of his mouth. You cracked him. Get up! Get up, man. Okay. Bossman said we go. Guy spits some blood on the floor. He goes, okay. Stupid verbrecher. Yeah. Goes off. They
Well, we
walk down the hallway. All right, gents, what are you going to do? And girls, and ladies, and everybody.
We gotta go get Herbie and enter the catacombs, right?
Yep.
Thaddeus has to make more of his potion.
Yeah.
He's going to have to go to his. Well, he's practically homeless, essentially, to his sort of homeless cart ruins. And go get the potion.
My plan is to stay in the back till I get my armor.
So let's set them up with a little apartment, right? You guys are right with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Elvis is gone. The bottom of the warehouse is available, and
Yeah.
he didn't serve as our guard.
I mean, I wasn't thinking roommate, but yeah, okay.
Oh, it's a.
Hey, we have guard dogs. Anybody comes into our place now, they're screwed.
Oh, now they're just guard dogs.
I thought they were going to come down with us. Actually, I'm not with you guys yet, so I'm still getting my halfling buddies.
It's not that they don't want to. go down into the catacombs, it's that the woman has been hurt and exhausted by her
So
ghost calling.
If we need to stay up here and let her relax, I'll stay up here. I'm already rested and ready to go. So if Dyvas, if you and Eve, if you guys want to go collect Herbie and whatever, I'll
Yeah,
stay here with the woman.
I can do that. We can do that.
Okay, all right. Or he said, well, I mean, he's we can move her. Thaddeus says, place safe where I do not worry about. Well, I am sure that she is safe with. I guess this room is. I am afraid that we have angered the unrestful spirits here. This is not a good place for us to be.
So, is the room the problem, or the apartment building?
The spirit is tied to this place. If it roams the building, I do not. It is the way of unsettled spirits that cannot move to their proper place. They will stay anchored to where they will their heartstrings pull. I will not be long. I will get the materials. Come. You say you have a. I've heard you speak of some dwelling that you have.
Yes.
Can we not? Can you not take Valentina there? I will leave here. And it will not take me long. I only must go back to the woods. I can come back.
Yeah, I guess we can take her to our place.
Okay, Herbie. You've chased down the two guys, right? You're looking for two halflings that you've already hired.
I want to do something else, maybe.
Oh yeah. Sorry, because I just wasn't sure what your plan
I
was.
just thought of something.
Yeah.
So, children are disappearing. Tensions are pretty high in the district, right?
Yeah. The tensions are pretty high. People here are really scared.
So, could I potentially get an angry mob of people to go down with us into the catacombs to slay these Nosferatu? Nosferatu, sorry.
Well, I mean, I guess that's possible. Sure.
Do you want me to make a check for that or something? Inspiring speech?
I think you're going to have to do some kind of persuasive, inspiring speech.
I'm scared for you, Herbie.
Oh, don't worry.
To get
Herbie's got
these
this.
poor people, to be brave enough to go down into the haunted catacombs.
Okay.
And fight undead, blood-sucking monsters.
Okay. Alright, I want to get up on this, what do you call it? I want to, there's like a, there's like a market here, right? In this district?
I mean, it's a bunch of tenements. There's
basically what I'm just looking for is like any busy street that has a lot of people talking, standing there.
Yeah, I mean, it's raining, but don't forget. Yeah, I mean, you've got the gang members are all around guarding the streets. And Champ is going to move you a little bit. And then, I mean, certainly there's, like a main street that's got some simple stores and some shitty restaurants and a bar. It's probably right here.
Yeah, so first I want to collect...
probably this little area.
I want to collect all the guards that we've hired, the two halflings.
Yeah.
I reckon they will come with us because we paid them money.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, good. And then I am going to climb up on a box in the main street, and I am going to say, people of the district, listen to me, for I have found out the cause of all these children disappearing. I have traced back the kidnappers to their hideout. It is in the catacombs. And as you may know, that is a dangerous place. We have found... Is there like a word for Nosferatu? Is it Nosferatu or Nosferatu?
Well, Shay calls these things, because that is what it says in Vampire.
Yeah.
But these people keep on calling her a leech and calling them leeches, these things.
And this must be no surprise of you guys that there are dirty leeches that are too afraid to come out during the day. I say we take up arms against these people. And we shouldn't let ourselves get back into a corner. Backed into a corner. It's time we take control and we get back our children. Meet me at the entrance of the catacombs tonight, and we will rise! Or something like that. Wait, when are we going there?
I don't know.
Decided that.
Tonight
I want a group of you who will follow me to the catacombs.
All right. He's like, tonight, or is it today, or is it now, or maybe it's tomorrow. Well, whatever.
Let's attack the creatures of the night at the night. Yay!
In the night, yeah. Yeah. We'll go down into the darkness, blind, into their very lair, of which they know every single inch of, and of which we will be at disadvantage. And they'll be able to see, but we won't.
Fuck.
Hooray!
But do not worry, I have torches and fire to burn them to the ground.
Hooray!
No, but seriously, okay.
I am asking you to be brave, to protect your children, to rescue your children before they get eaten by those disgusting leeches. Suck dry of every inch of life and blood they have. Join me!
And you know, you got a 20 charisma. I was gonna
5 stars for style.
Yeah, inspirational speech. And so, well, you definitely got the Vis riled up and shaking their heads and saying, yeah. Why wait here for them to come? We go to them. Yeah, little boss. You right. And so they're pretty gonna run this idea. And so Stichio, I said keep on visits feasts. Yeah, so Stoicho. You know, Stoicho gets up next to you and says, and starts speaking in a Falcovian, and you know, pats you on the head, essentially, and raises his hands and joins you in his speech, and you know, his fists, gang members, they start shouting, and like smashing their clubs together. Bop, 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 bop.
Alright, I will lead them to the catacombs, and walking past the warehouse, so I hope that the rest of the gang notices that I'm leading an angry mob towards the catacombs and they will join us.
Or you can lead the gang to the front of the you know, of the warehouse and wait for people, get everyone.
That's also fair. I thought we were still trying to keep it on the down low, though. That this is our warehouse, right? Or do the gang members already know, don't they?
Wait, the gang. Everybody here know. Wait. All the Falcovians know you're here, right? The gang members came to you because everybody knows who you are. Live here.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. What happened was they wanted to hide you from corrupt, dirty cops who came by the other day who were going to shake everybody down here.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want the authorities knowing that you're here.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
it's clear that the Falcovians have a known relationship with the. Well, they don't really know, but there's been a consistent presence of someone from the Academy of Science here, which is why they came breaking your windows wanting money, because they said that you're their employees, right? So yeah. So there's no. Everybody knows who you fucking are. At least the Falcovians know who you fucking are.
Yeah.
And where you are. So yeah. Okay. So then, I presume at some point all you guys went back to the.
The warehouse, probably carrying an unconscious
To the warehouse.
girl,
and so
outside
that
of the
is
mob.
when you come back, you see this, and I need to get a drink.
Oh, right, this little fucker. It's time for the academy to burn as well. I'll lead this angry mob there as well.
Vamp.
De La Pointe's the fat guy, right?
I think so, yeah. I have to be careful that I don't start another cult.
He's got to go.
This is a mission for assassinating Mr. Assassin Herbie.
We can't trust him for sure, but I think he's quite down on our priorities. He is not time critical.
And
In fact, the more complex,
isn't
the
it
more
La-
complex,
This is the way.
the better for us.
Isn't Lapointe the guy who's running the auction house? Isn't it? It's his auction house that we're infiltrating, isn't it?
I think they're all a bunch of bastards, to be fair. Like, all of them are kind of sketchy.
I don't know about that though. Maybe you're right. But isn't he the one that wants us to go to the auction house to find something out?
No, yeah, De La Pointe is
De La
the good
Pointe
guy.
is the guy. Yeah, De La Pointe is the Benjamin Franklin-looking man.
Yeah,
Did
I
you?
was thinking, who's the fat guy? It's Monsieur Alain Oliviers. He's the guy
Yes.
who's running the auction house, right?
Yes, and he was an arrogant cunt who first hired you guys.
Yeah.
I'll burn that place down as well, Connor.
Just burning everything with fire today. I like it. Payback for my church, you bitches.
Yeah,
It is
somebody burned
cold.
their church, and somebody killed Elvis's mom, right? One of the Red Sash killed Elvis's mom.
Yeah.
No, I think the Red Sash tell us that Elvis' mom was killed. Or was it the Red Sashes that killed him?
Oh God.
Oh, no, wait, sorry, no, I remember now. Sorry. I just have a really bad memory, Colin. I don't even smoke weed. Can you imagine how bad it was if I was a true Dutchman?
God's sakes. I mean, it's all in the notes, but you should note different things.
Yeah,
But
that's exactly what I mean. I try to read them a lot, but
there was. It's difficult because we play every other. We've had some gaps in between. I admit there's a lot of complicated information here. So yeah, the evidence was there was someone seen entering the building, someone wearing a red sash, a woman of some kind,
yeah, that was it.
wearing a bright red sash before the fire that was hitting the. And word on the street was that there was a red sash found around the burnt building that was Eve's supposed to be chapel.
So either the Red Sash are the bad guys or they're being framed. But if I remember correctly, the theater, the people who attacked us had red sashes too, right?
The original reason why you were looking for the red sash is way back, not where you weren't part of this, is because, remember, you were essentially hired originally to be chaperones for the three amigos who are currently Braegar's magical apprentices, as they went into the ghetto of Le House looking for a member of the Academy of Sciences, or rather, who had been sent there to investigate these rumors about the Lost King. And you end up finding his body, which seemed to have been put up to be a fake suicide, and you had a piece of evidence that led you to the Theatre de la Mort, and also the eyewitness said that two nuns of, rather acolytes, female acolyte nuns of the Order of Ezra had come in and argued with the man before, his death, which she didn't even know about. Okay, she was just an old, stupid, incompetent Otello residential homo. And so that was the first inkling of the red. And of course, met some, Herbie, you were pretty much stabbed repeatedly by a very, very skilled woman with blades in the Theatre de la Mort the last time you tried to go in.
Yep. Alright, I remember now. Kai, when I come upon the warehouse and I see this note of Titus, I want to look at the things that, I want to try and find the things that are hidden, across our house.
Okay. How long are you going to take doing that?
I don't know, how long would it take?
There seems to be a whole bunch on every...
Maybe we should all split up. Everybody take a floor, so we can cover this easily, or so we can do this quickly.
What are we
Sounds
looking
like
for?
Apparently...
A what?
Plants, bugs that De La Pointe planted, or had Titus plant in our warehouse.
Yeah.
In our warehouse, okay.
All right, so I'll take second.
What are you going to do with the crowd of riled up?
Oh, actually, I should take those to the catacombs first.
Well, I mean, you want to do that during the daytime, right? When you suspect them to be sleeping.
What time is it now?
I don't...
It's like afternoon, probably?
I mean, it's like afternoon. I presume you guys went doing all this stuff in the morning, and then you came back. Yeah, I mean...
I think we should go now, then. In my opinion. I don't think I can get these people... After, an hour, the adrenaline of my speech will probably wear off, and they'll start fucking off if they don't fight somebody.
Well, if we go get some lunch, grab a siesta, come back at about 4:45.
Yeah, why don't you guys have a couple of beers?
Yeah.
Yeah, get
I don't think that will work.
Get
Yeah, as I say, that won't work.
We'll be like a soccer hooligans.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could get them drunk now, but,
We
know...
have-
I
we
might
have
take
to
with
wait-
me
we
a
have to
couple
wait
bottles
for
of liquor.
We have to wait for the man to come back and heal his wife. I don't know how long that's going to take.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't take him long to come back.
How about
I
some
mean,
of us go
Herbie,
with Herbie,
Herbie's
and I'll stay here with her.
Go ahead.
I'll stay here with the wife, and you guys can go with Herbie. Although that doesn't really work either, because what if one of you guys goes down?
Yeah, no. It's like this. Like I Herbie got while you guys were doing the crazy investigation, Herbie was gathering the people, right? And kind of going around. It took Herbie a while to get everyone together and to ask the gang to get people, right? Because you had to get the gang to get people to a restaurant. To get a crowd going in the rain, especially because it was raining while you were doing your big speech. So these things happen simultaneously. So by the time that, the crowd's milling around a little bit and the gang is sort of like giving out weapons and organizing them, right? Because it's not like everybody here is armed, right? It's the gang members and a couple of the, and I don't know how many people we got here. Figure this out. But some of the younger, non-gang members getting riled up, going to get weapons, and so now they're like chomping at the bit, but it's like raining outside, and and you hear them screaming and yelling when certainly when the Falco then Thaddeus comes by and they're like, "Dirty Braegar! Dirty Braegar!"
Are you yelling that at him?
But you hear that, and then you hear Stoicho, because I'm sure at some point you told him about the couple, right? That you guys should leave, that people shouldn't beat the shit out of them, because now you have a fucking gang of like 25 soccer hooligans.
Yeah, no, I told him that these people have led us to the leeches. They are the ones that have shown us the way.
Okay. Right, so then
and
the
before
entire...
you question me, I have seen the leeches with my own eyes, and I beat 2 of them to the ground.
So then Stoicho and his lieutenant Edouard can keep a tight control of the gang of hooligans out front as Thaddeus comes in. His materials in a bag, and he says, "What is happening? What are all them doing out?" He explains of what so forth, and he says, "It just won't take long." He puts some things into his weird drink, and you see him. He has to boil some of. It takes a little bit of time, so about 15 minutes to boil some of the ingredients. Puts them together, and then he sings something, right? Kind of a weird glow from liquid herbal thing, and that he feeds it to his wife, and she wakes up. And her eyes flutter open. She stares. She sees her husband, and she kind of, starts saying something in their language. Immediately starts, crying and hugging her husband. They start comforting each other for a couple of minutes, and then they turn to you.
You guys ready to go squash some leeches?
Yes, we are ready. We splatter their corrupted blood on the ground and watch it flow.
Oh, here's to hoping that this actually wipes them out. I mean, not exactly delivering dinner to them.
What did you say?
It's a Dyvas comment saying that he hopes that this actually works to wipe them out and we're not actually delivering dinner to them.
Yeah, okay. He says, leeches normally. They already know that we have come. We are not, nor you. We have never gone past the leeches themselves. They act in the dark and sleep in the day, but down in the catacombs they need not. I am sure that if their defenses were already prepared, they are ready now for us. What of the people? If we turn in front of them, they will wish to kill us. We cannot take our full the Falkovs.
So maybe we send the people in one direction and we go off in another.
Use them as bait.
Yeah.
Is this on plan?
They will die. Many of them.
All things die.
Yeah, but it will keep the others up here safe.
I don't think I'm comfortable with giving all those people Braegar.
Well, then you're gonna have to convince the people not to kill our two companions.
Wait, what are they saying? That they will kill them?
There's a possibility that they could just start attacking the two werewolves.
I don't think they will.
I
I
mean-
trust the two lieutenants. They have it under control.
So let's imagine a bunch of superstitious, poor refugees who are clearly already angry about being preyed upon by vampires, and you have now incited into, anger and are ready for battle against that which killed their children and or has taken their children. And when these guys turn into giant fucking hulking monsters.
Is a very good point.
These are not the... It's not to say that these are dumb people, but they're not the most... They haven't, unfortunately, been,
A monster's a monster.
A monster's a monster, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking scary.
And
Look,
a mob.
I mean...
And a mob's a mob, so...
and a mob's a mob. And yeah, right?
If you throw Frankenstein, or if you throw Frankenstein's monster to the mob, they're gonna kill it. Yeah, okay. I get you. They're gonna try and
I
kill
mean,
it.
not all of them, of course, but it might be difficult to control every single from the fearful reaction of seeing a fucking monstrosity. Either that or they're going to fucking run, right? There's two
All
things.
right.
They're either going to attack, it's fight or flight. They're going to fucking shit their pants and fucking run. Right?
Well, what's going to happen is as long as they believe they have the numbers, they'll attack. But once they start getting picked off, then they'll run.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
either is not a good outcome. So
Yeah. There might be there would be a small initial portion of pans, and there will be a larger portion who probably just decide, this is another enemy, and then because they do know that there was howlings of, and it was definitely the howling of some kind of monster, if not a wolf, on the night of the original slaughter. They're going to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
There's giant claw marks and fur all inside of the fucking part of the slaughter. So yeah, let's just be honest. Yeah. So I mean, it's okay. I'm just telling you what the situation is. You try and solve it as you like.
All right. I think I am. Well, I think we should just vote on the matter. Then.
Okay. I suggest that we lead them to distract the Nosferatu while we retrieve their son.
I'm not sure if we have any other option right now. What do you say, Dyvas?
no, I think that's technically the most sound option, though.
Evangeline? Oh, sorry, Dyvas. Continue.
No. So I think either which way we're going to lose a lot of them, and I see wisdom in what our furry friends have to say, that we could end up fighting a lot more of our own people than theirs. But yes, sorry. Lady Eve, your views, please.
Eve, what is your opinion?
I don't know. I say we just warn the people ahead of time, tell them the wolf-looking people are with us, and hope for the best. because we need all the help we can get.
Hmm.
So let's
Believe in the good.
one. Herbie, you're the
Yeah.
tiebreaker.
Boy.
Plus, my vote counts as 2, which.
Are you voting for Tom?
I'm voting to use the townspeople as fodder.
I guess I have to agree with Braegar here. I don't think there is any other option. I think there's actually bound to be more deaths if we take them all together, because then they will probably also kill the wolves, and the wolves will defend themselves. So I think some of them are going to die either way, and I think this is also a faith they know they are taking, or a risk they know they are taking.
And if
Okay.
they, let's say, half of them run away while, they're attacking our wolf friends, then we're also associated with the wolf friends, and imagine the tales that will be told once they, go back home.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Let's see. Who's the tactician here? Well, yeah. So clearly considering obviously you guys are extremely capable. Yeah. It is unlikely a face-to-face confrontation between any one of them and one of these things down there. Their survivability is very
No. It's a risk we're
the
taking.
speed, the strength. Assuming that there's decide gauge directly. Knows what else happens. But all right. I mean, that's fine. I mean, so all right. So you are going to get a group of, I don't know. So I'm going to guess, yeah, 20 was really good. Makes sense. Let's see. Okay. I mean, you got all the gang members. Just to make sure, like, so you're going to take, we're okay with all the gang, right? And them coming down after you?
Sorry,
Coming with you?
Mom.
So, do you, are you, this is a question, something that Stoicho will ask you. He says, all of feast can go down with you, man. Yeah. We go down. Yeah, we go after leeches. Yeah. We ready. We fight. All my feast boys, they come with you.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying that all his gang members,
All the gang members are going to go?
I mean, if you want them,
it might be a good idea to have a couple people who can fight intermingled with the people who can't fight, distracting the Nosferatu.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very quick distraction.
I mean, I got to stay in the back and sling cantrips, otherwise I'm going to go down again.
But we don't
All right,
want to
yep.
be a part of that fight. We want them to do that, and we're going to go look for the sun.
Okay, sounds good. But I actually don't think I have time for the combat because I'm going to have to go soon to feed the kids.
no, that's okay. This is probably another big combat scene. If you guys want, I think I'm okay to play next week again. So I could, this is technically my last week of holiday, but I don't know what's going on, Shay, with stuff, but I could pick this up.
I can play next week.
Yeah, I should be good next week too.
Should just hit my master's.
Yeah, I think I can do.
Shay, what do you think?
Yep, sounds good. I'm in next week.
Okay, yeah, because I know we had a long spell in between, the Ravenloft game, so we might as well try and make up for lost time. So all right. So next week, into the catacombs. Next week. Into the catacombs. For the final battle. To save Balka Town!
Alright. Yes.
Alright.
Okay. There we
I'm
go.
hyped for that.
Rock and roll. Cool.
All right, thanks, guy. Thanks, everybody.
All right.